thanks for joining us this lunchtime. The family of a man who died from AIDS after being treated by the NHS with contaminated blood products are calling for justice as the public inquiry into the scandal prepares to move to Leeds. David Tompkinson was one of thousands of patients infected with HIV or hepatitis C back in the 1970s and the 1980s in what has been described as the worst ever NHS treatment disaster. Our health correspondent Jamie Coulson has been to meet the family.
This is me and David and our first child, Rebecca. This is David when he was ill, and this is David when he was a healthy bloke.
David Tompkinson was just 28 when he died. The young father became ill after being infected with HIV by contaminated blood products that were being used to treat his haemophilia.
I just can't believe what they're putting through.
I know.
It's just so sad. And I see all these pictures of our happy times we had together.
David was one of thousands of NHS patients infected with HIV or hepatitis C by contaminated blood or blood products in the 1970s and 80s. Many, like David, were haemophiliacs who relied on injections of a clotting agent called Factor VIII, which was made from pooling human blood plasma. Some stocks were imported from the US, where prison inmates and others were paid to give blood.
This is my dad's entire medical history and shows everything from the very beginning right through up to his death, where we finally found out that he had died of AIDS.
It is a deadly disease and there is no known cure.
The fear surrounding AIDS in the 1980s meant David's family not only felt traumatised by his death, but stigmatised by the disease that killed him.
Good evening. Some of the victims of the worst scandal in the history of the NHS.
A long-awaited public inquiry launched 6 weeks ago in London has started hearing evidence from those affected. Tomorrow it will move to Leeds as it seeks to establish exactly what happened and whether there was a cover-up.
I hope we do get some justice. It should never have happened. It should never ever happened to all of this. Should have been walking around being a healthy bloke. And unfortunately, it's not.